this is David Fisher and you're watching In the First Place Astrology. Now, today I would like to bring to you guys the topic of Jupiter in Gemini. It's an important transit because Jupiter only changes signs once every year, and it spends around a year in that particular sign, bringing us very specific changes and restructuring in our particular house that it's transiting. In this sign, Jupiter is in its exile, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I want to first talk about a few characteristics of both Jupiter and the sign of Gemini and what it means for it to be in this condition. But first, please like the video, subscribe, comment your thoughts with any ideas that you might have for future videos that I might bring for you guys. And yeah, that's it. Let's get to it. So Jupiter into Gemini. Jupiter, first of all, is a planet that has to do with power structures. It's a planet that has to do with higher mind or higher principles, religious beliefs, things that guide us, that put our minds higher than this earthly realm, and that allow us to expand our notion of reality through believing in something that doesn't necessarily exist in the natural realm, so to speak. So like Pisces, considered to be very spiritual. Sagittarius, considered to hold a belief system in a person's actions through what they enact into the world, showing what they believe in, for instance, and changing the world according to your beliefs, showing people through your example what you truly believe in. That's Sagittarius. Pisces is the more open-minded side of Jupiter, where you have that particular receptivity to other ideals, to be open to not what you don't understand and trying to fit that into what you believe in and how you can manage it through that belief. Now, when Jupiter ingresses into Gemini, it's going to be dealing with, well, if you have Jupiter being first of all a planet of a power structure and belief system, you have to understand that it doesn't like to be questioned. It doesn't like to be put up to debate. Beliefs have to be all-encompassing. Your notion of reality, your awareness of what's possible, many times is what dictates what actually is possible for you. So, being in exile means that a planet is in an opposite sign of the planet of the signs that it rules, furthest away from home, in other words. So it's completely uncomfortable. It's dealing with something that is completely opposite to its nature in order to achieve its goals, which is not necessarily ideal. Now, with Gemini, you see a duality in nature. You see things that can coexist being completely different. Gemini is comfortable with that. Mercury is comfortable with that. Debate, questioning ideals. Those things are Mercury's territory. Jupiter doesn't necessarily feel comfortable in that particular environment, so it is in exile. Now, Gemini is how you name things. It's how you understand them to fit inside a particular system. It's the meaning behind the words. Why are they there? It can be put into question. It can have several meanings. Now, for Sagittarius, that doesn't quite work. For Jupiter, that doesn't quite work. One thing has to be that one thing, and it's set its mind to it. It's how it understands it. It's how it lives its life. Now, we see power structures like judges, priests, kings being represented by Jupiter. They are put in power by inheritance, by belief systems that set them apart from the other people. In Gemini, that power structure, those beliefs are put into question. They are always being debated. So we tend to go from one extreme when Jupiter is in Gemini to the other, completely believing to complete atheism, fanatism, atheism. Those two extremes we have to be careful about as well. So during this transit in your Gemini house in your chart and topics associated with that house, you're going to see the debates arising on why do you believe that is the way it is? How do you believe you deal with your, for instance, if you have Gemini in the 10th house, with your career? if you have Gemini in the 5th house, with the way you educate your children. If you have Gemini in your ascendant, your belief about yourself, what you're capable of, what your body is capable of. All of those things are going to be put into debate, into question, so you can firmly reaffirm your belief system or adapt it into something that is more like you, into something that is more like the current scenario, and that's going to help you move forward. It has to have temperance, another Sagittarius word for you to look for. If you like the tarot, the card temperance, the 14th major arcana, it's going to give you some clues of the energy and how to best deal with it. So I suggest you go look into it. Now, Jupiter is going to be in Gemini from May 25th, 2024 to June 9th, 2025. So it's during that period, especially during the stationing retrograde and direct of the planet, that we are going to see the major developments in our belief systems, and how those debates, how the things that have been challenging those belief systems in the Gemini topics in our birth chart are going to impact our lives long term. Now, be careful about extremism, as I said. Do check out Elenbaas's video on Jupiter and Gemini that just came out yesterday. Today is the 8th of May, 2024. And I indicate that video to you guys. I recommend it because it's very in-depth analysis of the sign of Gemini and the planet of Jupiter. If you'd like to have more ideas to play with in your mind to understand this energy, I just want to bring kind of a overview here. Now, if you like the video again, please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and give me more ideas of what you'd like to see next. Also check out my other videos and playlists that I'll leave the link for below. And have a good one. See you next time.